high time to make a Mediterranean specialty. Our next guest is definitely a fan favorite here. And today, this falafel recipe comes straight from her kitchen. Chef CoCo joins us this morning. We welcome her back to our show. CoCo, it's so good to see you.
Good morning, Jess. Good morning. This is the virtual cooking show straight from my kitchen to your kitchen.
Thank you for sharing, and thanks for welcoming us into your home and sharing a sure to be delicious recipe.
Anytime, mi casa es su casa.
I love it.
Yes.
What are we doing today? Falafel.
All right, we're gonna whip up a non-traditional recipe, but I'm trying to encourage everyone to stay home and cook. Hashtag stay home and cook. So I want you to use what you already have in your pantry. So I already had some chickpeas, canned chickpeas, in there. I roasted them last night, dried them out, sprinkled a little cumin seed on it, a little garlic powder, and now I'm going to put them into my blender. This is something super simple. If you have a food processor at home, if you have a high-powered blender, use that. I've already put 1.5 cups of water in my blender, and I'm going to add my roasted chickpeas. You see those cumin seeds in there?
Yes.
All right. Yep. Next, I've got a little baking soda and some dried parsley. And this is completely vegan. You know I'm on my vegan thing. I've got some jalapenos and some green onion that I had from something else. This is cumin and black pepper and a little salt that I'm adding. Cumin is all about the cumin. I made a flaxseed egg. That's 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 3 tablespoons of warm water.
So in a way, CoCo, this is almost like a one-pot wonder, only it's going into the blender.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And this dough has to set up in your refrigerator for about 30 minutes, but you know we got TV magic. We've already got some done. Next, I'm adding some cornmeal. White cornmeal is really self-rising, so you get that extra batch of baking soda and baking powder. Here we got some minced garlic. If you have whole cloves, knock yourself out. But if you already have the minced garlic in your fridge, use that. Okay, we'll put that in.
It's not.
How you been doing, dear? What you been cooking good? Jess, what have you been cooking good at home?
Well, I think you would be proud of me, CoCo. We have been hashtag stay home and cook quite a bit.
Yes.
Let's see, what was I proud of the other day? I did reheat some ham with some green beans and then roasted some potatoes and but wait, there's more. I made a fresh little pan of cornbread.
Yes, I love it. And you gotta share your recipe with me.
Well, I will be more than happy to. And get this, hold on to your hat. You know how scared I was of the Instant Pot, right?
Yeah.
Girl, I got it out of the box and I made a meal. And this,
it was
the best thing ever. I think I'm going to try spaghetti sauce in there next. I think you can use it for that.
You better go ahead. Get adventurous. I mean, this is the time to do it. We've got the time. Get in your kitchen, make some magic happen, feed your family, talk around the dinner table. Things we weren't able to do, we're getting right back to it. It's amazing. I love it. While you were talking,
it really is.
Say it again.
It really is amazing to kind of get back in and get around the table and spend this time cooking together. And I love, too, what you're sharing today because these are pretty much pantry staples, right? So not only are you staying home and cook and eating and everything and enjoying it, chances are you already have these on hand.
That's exactly right. And I put in some spinach and some onion, some diced onion. You can use frozen spinach. Don't be afraid to. That would be great, too.
Okay.
All right? Just put that in there. You can thaw it out. Don't even have to squeeze it out. Use some of that liquid because as you see, I'm adding water. Okay, I'm going to turn this on so it's about to get a little loud. We're about to get some things popping. I think we are. Like I said, high power.
It's funny because I feel like you could be surprised in the same way you are in our studio between the blender. Like, is it plugged in? Is it not? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
I know. It's always some glitches with the kitchen tools here.
Yeah.
But I got plenty of electricity and we are good to go. Okay, you see how that's coming together?
Yep.
And because it's only being held together by that flax seed and a little bit of that cornmeal, that's why you have to let it sit for about 30 minutes just for it to congeal and get itself together. Okay?
All right, you let it sit and sort of meld, and it goes into the fridge for a little bit to kind of come together.
There you go.
Back to the blender. It's easy. I've got a blender at home. I might give this a try. My Instant Pot makes it jealous.
And
That's
when
all right.
it's done, it has this beautiful green color. Okay.
All right.
And now, when I said non-traditional, I meant because we have the absence of tahini, which is a sesame seed paste. Normally, you would add tahini to it to help bind it and also to give it that flavor. But there's no tahini in this. If you have some at home, help yourself add it. Not everyone has tahini, and that is okay. All right. So we've got that. It's nice.
Chef CoCo, if you didn't have that tahini, like you said, you could leave it out. What if you had like a bottle of sesame seed oil? Could you put it in there for the flavor?
So what you can do with the sesame seed oil, you wouldn't put as much of that in as you would tahini, because tahini has the same consistency of peanut butter. But you could put like a tablespoon of that in here.
Okay.
And it would give it a nice flavor. It would give it a nice flavor. And so it's got a beautiful green color. I will just pour that right into a Ziploc bag. I found that these Ziploc bags have been a saving grace because you can fit more things in your refrigerator if they're all lying flat in a Ziploc bag.
Isn't that the truth? I get so frustrated at myself when I try to put this giant like wad of stuff in the freezer, and I think, why didn't I just freeze it flat? It would have been so much easier.
So much easier. It's a trick I use for Thanksgiving leftovers. You know, you can't put all those doggone pots and pans in your darn fridge because you got other food in there besides the Thanksgiving leftovers. So you put it on in there. Ziploc bags, I'm telling you. If you have them, use them. And then you just lay it flat.
Okay.
You see it's really loose, but it tightens up in the fridge.
Okay.
Okay. Tightens up in the fridge. So I'm going to put that to the side.
All right, so that takes its time and relaxes for a little while.
That's going to go in the fridge. And after it's been in the fridge, I've already got my oil heated. After it's been in the fridge, you can shape it up into little patties. See that right there?
Uh-huh.
Oil is hot. I had some seasoned oil from some French fries I made the other night. Had some potatoes on hand. Went on ahead and cut them up. Made some fresh cut potatoes.
Look at you
Kids
go.
love them. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You did it.
I've been in here inventing stuff. I made, listen, sweet potato loaves, whatever we have on hand. I'm going through the pantry. I'm trying to stay at home. Hashtag stay at home and cook. We all want to get back outside at some point. So the best thing to do is stay at home, enjoy your family. If you don't have to work, stay home and enjoy your family and reach out through the different media platforms so you can keep in touch with folks. That's all we ask.
It is.
All we ask.
And there's a lot to that. So those are cooking, which is awesome. And I love too, you also don't have the mischief that we have in the studio where the trick stove sometimes is hot, sometimes it's not hot.
Sometimes it's not.
You know what you're working with.
I know what I'm working with over here at my house. My house is top's always working. You hear that sizzle? They're looking good. They're wonderful. The end product looks just like this. If you refrigerate it overnight, then you can deep fry them, flash fry them real quick. So if you have a deep fat fryer, I know we're trying to stay away from fried food, but God dog it all, we got to have some sort of pleasure while we're at home. I got my wine or deck. I normally start that around noonish. I kind of wait for noon, but I always have my wine glass handy. Never too far away from me.
No.
So that I can get these meals done, keep these children happy, because you know my house is full of churn.
Well, Chef CoCo, I know your house is full of love. Thanks for welcoming us in and sharing this delicious recipe.
Oh, you're so welcome. Anytime, Jess. I look forward to seeing you all again. Hashtag stay at home and cook. I love you guys.
Love you too. And here's a silver lining. T minus what? I guess 2.5 hours or so, and then it's wine time. At least
That's
at
it.
CoCo's house.
That's it. Come, I got it. I got the wine ready for you.
All right, dear. We'll see you soon. Thank you again. We sure hope to have her back in studio soon, and we'll, throw a little curveball with that blender and stove and all the fun we usually have. But it was great to see her. We'll share this recipe on our website later today, WTVR.com/VTM. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.